we look at referring to visuals, signal phrases. All right, visuals. What is visuals? For example, like pictures, diagrams, or could be chart, for instance, like a bar chart, pie chart, or flow chart. Okay, or you want to show slides. Okay, when you want to show those visuals in your presentation, so you have to use this referring to visual signal phrases, which is listed below here. Let's see. On this graph, I would like to indicate that. Okay, could be anything. All right. Next, let's have a look at this diagram. Okay, maybe you have a diagram which you want to show during your presentation. So in order to show the diagram, before that you use this signal phrases, which is, let's have a look at this diagram. And then next, you start talk about that diagram. All right, the next one, I would like you to look at this pie chart, maybe. Okay, or I would like you to look at this graph. Okay, it could be, and then you start talking about it. And then lastly here, I would like to draw your attention to this flow chart. Maybe you want to talk about a process. So, so if it is a process, you must use flow chart. Therefore, before you start projecting the flow chart, you use this what we call the signal phrase, which is, I would like to draw your attention to this flow chart. All right, so these are the examples of referring to visuals, signal phrases, which you can use in your presentation if you want to show visuals to the audience. All right, now let's look at concluding signal word or phrase. So concluding, what is concluding? Concluding means like you want to end your presentation. Okay, how you want to end your presentation? Okay, maybe you want to summarize all the points that you have stated in your presentation. So it is like, you know, the lecture or the presentation should end with a summary of the main points made. Okay, so you can use the listed concluding signal word or phrase in order to summarize your presentation. Like, so we have seen that what I have been saying is that, to sum up, to summarize, in conclusion, I would like to emphasize that. So this is the listed concluding signal word or phrase which you can use to end your presentation or to summarize your presentation or summarize the points which have been stated in your presentation. All right, looks like we have completed signal words or phrases. So look like I've introduced to you 11 signal words here. Okay, let me summarize to you briefly what all these signal words are about. Okay, all right, first of all, what is signal words? Signal words are the connectors between the ideas. Okay, and then, or if you want to draw out the examples, you can use the signal words to draw out the examples. All right, now let's look at the first one here is emphasize words. What is emphasize words? Like if you want to pay particular attention on certain things, so you can use this emphasize signal words, like remember that, or most of all, okay, to pay attention. All right, next we look at addition words. Addition words, like you have already, you have an idea, okay, and then you want to add more ideas. So how you want to add more ideas? So you can use addition signal words like this, also a furthermore. Okay, next, comparison or contrast words or phrases. Comparison, like what I said, comparison is you're comparing the similarity, whereas the contrast is you're comparing the difference. Okay, the difference, right? So if you want to point out this, you can use the signal words like comparison, you use equally or similarly, whereas contrast, you use but, however. Okay, now next, illustration. Illustration signal words or phrases. Illustration means like you already have a statement and you want to make the statement more clear. Therefore, you want to give examples. So if you want to give examples, you can use illustration signal words or phrases like for examples and for instance and so on. Right? Next, cause and effect signal words or phrases. Cause and effect. That means you want to show the relationship between the cause. What is cause? Cause means why something happened, and effect is what happened. So you want to show the relationship between the cause and the effect. Therefore, you can use these cause and effect signal words like because and therefore. All right, next you look at introducing, enumerating, and listing words or phrases. So introducing is when you want to start a presentation, you want to introduce your topic. All right, whereas enumerating is like you want to list down the ideas. Therefore, introducing like my topic today is, whereas enumerating or listing signal words will be like firstly, secondly, next, or then, after that, or finally. So these are the signal words to use for introducing or enumerating. Next, we look at defining words or phrases. Defining words or phrases, that means like you want to define or you want to give definition, all right, for the certain terms or certain subjects that are a bit confusing. You want to define it. Therefore, you can use these signal words like X is what? X is known as, all right, to make things clear. All right, next is like clarifying or explaining words or phrases. Clarifying, for example, if you're stating a statement and the statement is a bit like confused, people like finding difficult to understand, therefore you have to explain it in another words, or you have to clarify it so that it will give a clear picture for the listener. All right, so you can use this signal words like in other words, okay, in other words. All right, next, moving on or changing direction words or phrases. Moving on, for example, like when you're presenting and you want to move on with the next ideas, or next idea means on the same concept, or you want to change the concept, all right, changing direction. Therefore, you can use this signal words like the next point is and so on, all right. Next, referring to visuals, words, signal words or phrases. So referring to visual, like what I said earlier, visual means like pictures, diagrams, charts, or slides, PowerPoint slides. So if you want to show that, so you can use these signal words like on this graph, you can look at, okay, based on these slides, I would like to explain about, all right. And finally, concluding signal words or phrases. Concluding, meaning that you want to summarize like what I'm doing now. I'm summarizing what I have taught you. So same like when you're presenting, you have to give a conclusion. You have to conclude what you have spoken about. So you can use like so or to sum up. All right. So looks like we have completed signal words successfully. Therefore, I would like to end this session. Thank you.